Hey, good morning. How are you? Hope you're doing well. It's a little bit of a rainy day here, but we're going to go out and brave the weather, have some fun. So I hope you do too. So this video, from what you can see so far, it's all about my 2005 Blade Silver base model Corvette. And before I say too much, a little bit of history on this is got the car at a dealership. Paid 17 grand. That included tax, title, license. It was originally priced at 23 grand plus tax, title, and license. So I got a fantastic deal on this car. My first Corvette. The shifter cable broke and the transmission was slipping really bad. So those are two things I had fixed.
The lucky winner of 2 flatbed wrecker service calls. Woo!
So everything that I've done to this car so far is the following: Dynatech long tube headers, high flow cats, X pipe, and MagnaFlow exhaust. I kind of like the freight trainy rumble of the MagnaFlows. So anyway, RPM level 5 racing transmission. Works very nice, very quick. Mid-level cam, dyno tunes, went through all that, and just some new wheels. So I've spent now a total of 28 grand on this car, and it is making about 550 at the crank. And it's tuned to around 500 to the wheel. So it's very fun. It's a fantastic cruiser, and I can keep up with pretty much anybody I want to. Although we are beginning to get into the reason for this video, and that is there are some other things that are aging on this car that are going to need to be looked at. So I've already got all this scoped out. I've already talked to 21st Century Muscle Car, talked to Matt. Matt's a great dude. Yay, Matt. So let's get into the list of the things that I want to do next for this car. And then after that, I would like a little bit of input from y'all as to what I need to do next. So, which is kind of obvious stuff, but also some fun things too. So anyway, here we go. Let's get into it.
Things that need to be worked on are not necessarily cosmetic. You would have to look close to see any changes. The tires are getting very well worn, and with 500 horsepower to the wheel, they're sliding out from under me. So I'll be getting Michelin Pilot Sport All Season 3 Plus run flats. I need new brake pads, so we're getting Hawks ceramics. The rotors, they're in pretty decent condition, but I am doing semi-performance driving through these mountains and back roads, so I want something that's going to be able to cool down easily, so I'm getting these slotted rotors by DBA. Here's a quick look at the finished product as far as the rotors and brake pads are concerned. I do already have the tires mounted, but I just did not take a photograph of that. It's boring. Not so much for safety, but more to avoid another wrecker call. My shifter was not going into gear very easily because the solenoid connected to it was kind of getting burned out. So we decided to go ahead and put another shifter into the car as well. I could feel a slight lag when I stepped on the throttle, and so I felt like the car needed to breathe better. I had not taken care of the air intake yet, so I thought I would start out with this Airade cold air intake. And after installing this, I'm very happy with it. I do feel like the engine is more responsive now, and so I'm very happy with this alteration. So let me quickly go down the list of all the costs. Bought it for 17 grand, tax title license, had 50,000 miles. Got Dynatech long tube headers, high flow cats, and X-pipe MagnaFlow exhaust. RPM level 5 racing transmission, mid-level cam, dyno tunes, spoked wheels. That left me at $28,000 and $550 to the crank and almost 500 torque. So now I've got about $1,400 for the tires, $1,200 or so for the rotors, brake pads, and a few other little ditties right there. The shifter maybe around $800. So all of these recent costs were about $4,000. So I'm at around $32,000 total for all the maintenance and changes to this Corvette. Has the money that I spent on my car as compared to a C6 Z06 been worth it? Well, as I look out on the internet and find Z06s for around the same amount of money, maybe even cheaper, no, I've wasted money. But this was my first Corvette. I wasn't certain as to everything I wanted. I just knew I wanted a Corvette. So from that perspective, I think I've done fairly well. I've also got a very nice transmission, a lot of horsepower. I just really don't have the ideal track package that would come with a Z06. That's mainly the biggest difference. I guess really one more reason why I wanted this car as opposed to a Z06 is that this is an automatic. And yes, I could have even gone towards the Grand Sport. But here again, it's my first car, wanted an automatic because I have family members that might need to drive the car, and I do a lot of picture taking and videoing. For me, another really extremely important reason why I like having done what I did is that I first got the car, experienced a 400 horsepower car. As I slowly began to modify the car, it got bumped up in power incrementally. Therefore, I was able to learn to drive a higher horsepower car over the years and gain that experience so that I'm still a safe driver. But wait, there's more. Yes, I'm interested in your input. I've looked at these rear diffuser fins. From what I understand, they're really not worth any money. They're mostly visual, and they really only accomplish a task when you are driving at a very high speed, say maybe 100 to 120. They begin really kicking in. So I personally don't think rear diffuser fins are worth it, but wondering what you think. The other item is a carbon fiber hood. Number one, I just think these are just so cool. Love these things. Wondering what you think. From what I've seen out on the forums and articles is, changing your hood can change the internal flow of air getting into your engine. Sometimes they say, hey, these are great because they allow the heat to escape more easily. They can create a greater vacuum to pull more air in. So wondering what y'all think about that. And I was thinking not a wing, but maybe a small spoiler on the back. Here again, kind of for looks, but it could ultimately be a waste of money when you do drive a little faster in a straight line. It shouldn't have much of a drag, but I'm thinking on the turns and curves, it might help a little bit. So wondering what y'all think about those three items. And then the last one is a tow hook. I'm almost guaranteed to get a tow hook. I'm thinking a front tow hook as opposed to a rear. So wouldn't mind a little input from y'all on that item as well.
Hey, well, thank you so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. Comment below on your thoughts. Are there more things that I probably should be looking into, like the suspension? Hey, probably need that tow hook too. Never know. It's already been twice. So anyway, please subscribe. Very much appreciated. That would be fantastic. And hope y'all have a great day. Relax, take it easy, hit that road, and get out there with all the other crazy people and have some fun. See you later. Bye.
Well, it's not like you can see a whole lot here. So there's the 05. Up under this cover, that's the salvage, the 2000 base. And then right in between is the 2016 3LT Z51 base. And then you see my wife's Camaro right around there. And so hopefully I'll have a good picture of all these cars together sometime soon. But it is nasty hot, and all I want to do is go inside, clean up, and finish up this video.